I don't know, darling. I don't know when the Broadway will call me back again.
It's such a pleasure to meet you because I actually followed your whole career on Broadway.
Oh, thank you.
So I could not imagine that I would be interviewing you on a TV show out of all the things that I've seen you on stage and then on screen.
That's so cool.
Gonna cry! I got tears coming out of my nose. Less fortunate than I, my tender heart tends to start to bleed.
So I love the show.
Thank you.
It did not occur to me that it was actually a true story until I actually saw a few episodes and went into like this rabbit hole. How familiar were you with this story before you took on this project?
I was familiar with Melissa Moore. I knew about the Happy Face Killer. I knew that she was his daughter and that she'd done advocacy work for not only the families of the victims, but also for families of perpetrators. And I also knew from my mom, who's the true crime aficionado, how wild the story was, and kind of that it's one of the bigger true crime stories. So I knew it was going to be an interesting project.
Yeah, I mean, it's even the way that the story is being told, because I think if you're unfamiliar with it, like I haven't seen all the episodes, but I'm already creating theories in my head and how things are going to go. And I can't wait to see how it ends. But what was your reaction when you were first presented with this script?
I was immediately excited by the take on true crime. This is a different show than you normally see in the genre of true crime. It's from the point of view from the serial killer's daughter, not the serial killer. We aren't interested in why he did it or what he did or, what his crimes looked like. You never see the brutalization of women in this show. It's all about the victims, their families, and the families of the perpetrators, and how both sides of the courtroom are going to be, affected and traumatized by the violent act of crime committed by this perpetrator. So that was really exciting. It's like a different take.
Yeah. How do you deal with the responsibility of performing someone that actually exists, that that is there, and we can have footage of her and so on?
Yeah, it can be really intimidating to play a person while they're sitting there. But Melissa was so generous of spirit. She was so open and willing to share with us anything that we needed. Her podcast was so instrumental to me in the research, and so was her book. So I already felt like I knew her, and meeting her for the first time, while it was, nerve-wracking, I was immediately put at ease. And one of the things that I really wanted to make sure that I got across to the audience with my characterization, which was the real Melissa's empathy and her ability to connect, which is the opposite of her father. And I think that's really important. She is not her father. She's the opposite.
Now, we see her as a makeup artist, and L'Official is a fashion magazine after all. So I wanted to know, how did the makeup and even like the costumes help you connect with this character? Because I think there is a lot that goes into the way that she relates with makeup as well.
Absolutely. Well, any great makeup artist has a touch of OCD. So I wanted to make sure that she was very clean, very exact, and her makeup was in many ways a mask. It was a tool for her to hide behind the way the world sees her and the way she presents herself. It was another way that she could hide this secret. And then I also just love makeup artists, and some of my best friends in my life have been makeup artists, so always fun to play makeup artists. Yeah. It means you have to look good on the show.
Yeah, and also you get to play with makeup, so that's fun.
Nothing better.
Out of pure curiosity, when can we see you on stage again? Is there anything coming up? Because
I don't know, darling. I don't know when the Broadway will call me back again.
Well, your audience wants you.
Thank you. I have no idea. That's always like sort of the fun game and life of being an actor. Hi diddly dee, the actor's life for me. We never know what's coming next. But I'm so grateful and lucky that I've kind of gotten to live in both spaces. And yeah, we'll see what happens on stage for me next. But whatever it'll be a fun one. I hope I see you in the audience.
Well, I will for sure be there, as I've been to a lot of the shows.
Oh, thanks.
And congratulations again on this series. It's such a great, it's just so fun to watch, even though it's a heavy series.
Thank you.
But it's really very entertaining, and I'm super curious now to see the rest.
Awesome. Yay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Did you hear yourself? You call me Dad. What's he like?
Be glad you never have to know.
We're done with time, right?
Yeah, they're running a little behind with the next journalist.
So can I have one? Okay, so
Yeah, sure.